Some of the issues that occupied me this week in Westminster included the government's bill dealing with fraud and overpayments in the welfare sector. Now, I'm all for holding fraudsters to account, recovering every penny that is wrongfully obtained, but the bill contains very considerable overreach. It begins by an equivalence when it comes to the investigative powers between those who wrongfully obtain money by fraud and those who, through no fault of their own, receive an overpayment from the government department. And in either case, can go to the extreme lengths of cancelling that person's driving licence. Total disconnect with the issue, but as a punitive measure if someone still owes more than £1,000 in an overpayment, for example. So I did very strongly speak out against that, and I also drew attention to the fact that Northern Ireland departments are very poor when it comes to recovering fraud in welfare, and maybe that's because welfare payments are a direct payment straight out of the Treasury to Northern Ireland. They don't go through the block grant, so there's no great interest in selfish stormont departments trying to recover fraud when it doesn't benefit their own departments through the block grant. So I drew some attention to that and asked the government to keep a very close eye on that. Other issues that arose, some quite mundane issues. I had a meeting with the department about the lack of proper digital and broadband reach in some of the villages in Northampton, particularly Sternocum, where one major business in particular struggles and is suffering great detriment, and really putting on the pressure for government to do something about that. I also participated in the questions about the situation pertaining to the Chagos Islands, where once again the United Kingdom is wantonly surrendering sovereignty, but this time paying a huge amount of money to do so back to Mauritius in respect of those key islands. So that was something that I was interested in pursuing. And of course, it wouldn't be a week at Stormont, a week at Westminster, old House Die Hard. It wouldn't be a week at Westminster if I didn't raise protocol issues. And so in the context of UK-US relations, I laid out very clearly how could this government ever obtain a trade deal with the United States in circumstances where the trade laws, the customs laws, most of the economic laws affecting a part of the United Kingdom are not controlled by the United Kingdom, namely in Northern Ireland, because we are subject to the absurdity of foreign jurisdiction from the EU. And I laid that challenge to the government again, as I did a couple of weeks ago to the Prime Minister. But again, no answer. But that won't stop me asking the hard questions. That's what I'm here for, and that's what I'll continue to do.